I'm Bill Miller,
I'm Pam Miller.
and we currently have 2 children here at Trinity School, and we've had 2 that have gone on to Lincoln Lutheran as well.
Hello, my name is Tiffany Johnson, and I am a parent here at Trinity Lutheran of a 5th grader.
I'm Brian Clayco.
Hi, I'm Michelle Clayco, and we have 2 kids here at Trinity. One, Cooper, he's in 4th grade, and Emily, she's in 2nd grade this year.
Hello, I'm Bevan Flynn, and my son and daughter both go here to Trinity, and we're glad to be here.
We're at a different church and we're looking to get married, and we needed to find a church that was big enough because we had over 300 plus people at our wedding, and we come upon the previous pastor at Trinity Lutheran Church in downtown Lincoln, and basically just kind of jumped with it and belonged to the program, and then next thing you know we got married in the church, beautiful church, and became members, and then started having babies, and next thing you know we wanted to send to a Christ-centered education, and here we are, and can't love it any more than this. Great family, great Christian experience, love the school system.
Came to visit Trinity Lutheran, and everybody was very, very welcoming and nice, so we decided to try this out.
So my mom passed away in September 1st of 2010. So I moved here June 6th of 2011, had Drea, and when looking for schools for her to start, I wanted to keep in mind of what my mom wanted, a Christian school to go to. She was diagnosed with ADHD, and she also had a heart problem at the time, a heart murmur. So I was really looking for something small to where it wouldn't be strenuous for her. And the Lord directed me here to Trinity Lutheran.
We had heard very good things about Trinity when it was time for our oldest to go to preschool, and some of our good friends had their kids here, and they all had really good things to say about it, and so we figured for preschool and pre-K we would try it out. And then when kindergarten came, we prayed and trusted God, and I felt like He was saying, seek first the kingdom, and we have leaned on that and trusted Him for tuition, and this has been a great place for our children to grow.
The Christian education part is vital to our family, which is why we've pursued private Christian schools, and why we're content and happy to be here. To have a school where the faculty pray with our kids and teach them from the Word daily is very important to us.
And there's a very good chance also that your classmates' families are like-minded in the way that they're raising their children, and that's important too.
I think for me, one of the things that really stuck with me being here at Trinity, and I think it was maybe like the very first chapel that we were at, Mr. Cum had made some comment about investing in your child. And I just has really stuck with me. I don't necessarily, it gives me goosebumps even just thinking about it. But I never really thought about it that way. Like, Christian education is investing. Because, you know, you're paying tuition to go to, in a sense, a private school. And it dawned on me, it was kind of like this aha moment where I just felt like, yes, I really want to give my children this opportunity to, sorry, I get so emotional about it. But yes, their education is important, but I also feel like their Christian foundation or their faith foundation is so important. No matter where they go in their lifetime or what happens in their life, to hopefully have that foundation built for them to fall back on, or to just have something to lean on regardless of whatever is. And so just that investment in them, kind of like you're investing in your retirement, I'm investing in their future.
You know, I think that putting our kids in a school with a Christ focus is a lot more important than I thought it would be, frankly. Pam and I both came up through public schools as kids and turned out fine. So I wasn't really focused on putting our kids in a Christian school, but as we've experienced it, I certainly wouldn't have it any other way. Something that was important to me and that I've reflected on over the years is that I didn't necessarily need school to teach my kids faith. I felt like we were capable of that, but I didn't want the school to detract from our faith. And I feel like a lot of what happens in the world around us these days is actively pulling away from the values and the faith that we really want our kids to know. And so being at a school like Trinity, we know that the administration and the teachers are really partnering with us in terms of forming those values and morals and that faith that we really want to see in our kids. And so to me, that's been one of the most important things, is again knowing that the kids are going to go to school and they're not going to have role models and figures that are important to them really pulling them away from the things that are most important to us.
The Lord directed me here to Trinity Lutheran. Fell in love the moment I got here. Miss Lineback, kindergarten teacher, she was very, very nice and warming and welcoming. And we have been here every step of the way since then. We started in kindergarten, we're finishing in 5th grade. She loves Trinity Lutheran. It's so cool because it reminds me of how I grew up in elementary school, where you start off in kindergarten with your new friends and you guys go until high school together, and then you graduate, so you become a really nice knit family and you pick up some new family members along the way. My favorite thing here as far as Trinity Lutheran goes is due to my daughter having ADHD. They are very hands-on with her, with the IEP program, tutoring. Everybody is hands-on, from the principal to the teacher to the administration, the before and after school program heads. It does not matter. They are all here to make sure that my daughter succeeds, gets all the help that she needs, no matter what, to make sure she passes and she learns and she gets the education that she needs. That was most important to me, coming from my other 3 children going to public school, LPS, where you see it's a lot of people in one class, a lot of students in one class, where here it's very small. The kids get the attention that they need from the teacher. The teachers aren't overwhelmed, and it's all dealing at the end of the day based on love and based on God.
We've had a student that just school is really easy. We had a student that school was a little more challenging, and Trinity was able to meet both of those needs, and I felt like the kids were challenged enough, but also were able to get the help that they needed when that time came too.
Yeah, I think that our kids have had good academic experiences. The teachers do a good job of seeing what each kid needs and really trying to help them where they're at and to see them grow. And we've seen through testing scores and things like that as well that our kids have done well compared to others in the area, or the different groups that they compare against on the map tests and things like that. We can see that the education that we're getting at Trinity is excellent. And 2 of our kids have gone on, again, from Trinity to middle school and high school, and I feel like they've been well prepared to make that adjustment and to move forward.
We know that teachers are praying with our kids, and in my opinion, that takes the teacher-student relationship to a different level when they have that time that they're praying and sharing together in that, and then also learning the word from the teachers is great.
We know that the administration and the teachers are really partnering with us in terms of forming those values and morals and that faith that we really want to see in our kids. And so to me, that's been one of the most important things, is again knowing that the kids are going to go to school and they're not going to have role models and and figures that are important to them, really pulling them away from the things that are most important to us.
It is very Christ-centered. We appreciate the love and the kindness that are displayed through all the staff. I personally love that all the staff know my kids. I really like how my kids know like all the other different kids in the school. It's not just they're confined to just their one classroom, but they do have interactions and get to know the kids from all ages. So I'm loving that small community family type situation.
And it's a smaller environment, and if there's ever anything that you want clarity on or need to talk to a teacher about or staff people or anything, I feel like it's just so easy to do. There's more of a relationship, I feel, that we have with just the overall school.
We've been able to reach out to teachers, after hours, email or texting. That's been phenomenal in my opinion.
Some of our kids have done the after-school clubs, which has been really nice. I think they've done Make and Take. I'm trying to think of another one that they've been involved, but I don't. STEAM, that's right, thank you. STEAM, so they've done some after-school clubs, which has been great. They also do after-school care and sometimes before-school care as well, which is a really nice transition for them to be able to go outside or get some playtime in after school before we have to go home and maybe work on homework or do other activities after school. Another thing that I really like about the after school program as well is that they do have an opportunity for kids to work on homework, which makes sometimes that evening at home a little bit smoother.
We did have the second grade Bible handing out down at Trinity Lutheran Church, and I thought that was really cool to be able to do that. So
Love the music. I know that's part of the curriculum and part of their school week, but that has just been a joy. It's just so special to hear those kids sing about Jesus.
Yeah, I think the vocal music program here is excellent, and the kids have all tried band as well.
Mm-hmm.
That's been fun for each of them to try something different and get exposed to different things.
And that music program always makes me cry. Technology in general has changed since we've been here, but in the last year, Mr. Kahn really pushed for each student to have their own device so that they could deal with whatever may come, because we didn't know, right, this last year what would happen, and we have had opportunities where we've needed technology at home to be able to communicate with the classroom, and we're, as having a fifth grader that got started with it, it'll be a good transition for her as she moves on to middle school.
From the very beginning, I remember my kids talking about like being able to go to computer class and learning how to do things on the computer. And I know last year they were able to get more of like their own devices that they had in the classroom, where our son was able to take home his device, which was nice, especially during a couple of times where quarantine was involved or where he needed to have access to some Zoom classes. So we appreciated that ability for him to have that technology. And so for the last 5 years, I've been a member of the PTL, which has really been great. We've done some different opportunities of having some family events, whether it's an outside event or an inside event, doing some fundraisers, just trying to bring families and students together. Obviously with COVID, it certainly has changed a little bit because we're not allowed to do a lot of the in-house things that we did before, but really trying to be outside of the box thinking. So we've done some things out at the pumpkin patch. We've also done some outside events or grab and go meals, that type of thing, to just again try to support our school community.
They have wonderful activities. We've been missing out on a couple due to COVID, but my favorite is the Trinity Carnival for the cakewalk, because everybody donates nothing but bun cakes, and those go very quickly.
We've taken part in, we've come to the trunk or treat activities when those were going. We did have the second grade Bible handing out down at Trinity Lutheran Church, and I thought that was really, really cool to be able to do that. So
There have been many activities with father-daughter, father-son, mother-daughter activities, different family events over the years, and it's been fun to look back over those pictures and just remember how much fun those were, and to be able to have gotten together with families outside of normal school time. And I feel like that's when friendships really grow and thrive, is when they can get together outside of the classroom.
But this is a small school in a big city, the second largest in Nebraska, and the atmosphere you get from it, just seeing the kids, seeing the teachers at church. The kids, not only do they see their teachers at school, but they also see them at after school functions, weekend functions, church. Wow, you talk about being a tight family. And I tell you what, if you need help or something, you just call on people, and people come in and they help. That's the nicest thing about Trinity, is that we all care about each other.
we definitely recommend Trinity to friends and family members, people that are in our circle. We've been very, very blessed to be able to come here, and we have nothing but good things to say about Trinity, and we're thankful to be a part of the school. So
It's a great place to grow your child's education, but it's so much more than that, when you're talking about their faith life. And just learning the Bible, but also having that relationship that grows through learning through other people's experiences, and prayer time, and time with the pastor, and chapel time, and getting those songs in your head that feed your mind and your soul, throughout the day. And it's just been a great experience.
Yeah, it has been a great experience. I think the class sizes and the family atmosphere are unique here. Knowing the teachers well, knowing a lot of the families well, and knowing that, again, they're really not just nice people, but they're really looking out for the best for our kids, and teaching them both academically and spiritually, and helping them all grow up to be members of the family of Christ is great.
Looking for a great Christian school to go to that keeps God first, but also make sure that your child is educated, Trinity Lutheran School is the place to be.